Can ChatGPT program an Olympic weightlifting workout? Is programming really that important? Will Dylan and Zach finally shave off their mustaches? That and much more in this episode of The Lift Companion. Okay, so Dylan doesn't know what we're doing today, and I wanted to keep it a secret until right now. What I did was, Dylan, I generated a workout from ChatGPT. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an AI workout that was generated in literally 3 seconds. And I mean literally. I typed in, can you program a weightlifting workout for me?
Okay.
And I'm gonna go through it step by step. I'm only gonna tell you what each portion is.
Yeah.
Okay? Warm up. 10 minutes of cardio, followed by stretching and mobility. I'm gonna bring over a bike, and what we should do, yeah, let's just bring over both these bikes.
And just bike.
Yep.
For 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we're already losing half the audience right there.
Yeah. We can basically just end the video right now. It's gonna be the most cardio I've done since high school.
I think people overthink warm-ups, but I also think that level of competence in whatever you're doing dictates the warm-up.
Yes.
It is nice to have some sort of general thing that's gonna get you sweating.
Yeah.
So in this, we're starting from like the most general place, working to more specific.
Yeah.
However, if you think about it, I could program for you snatch 3x1 at 90%. That could be your entire snatch workout. So that's your program. That's all I gave you.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to build to 90%. Those are warm-up reps. None of those count.
Yeah.
And yet, that's still considered a warm-up. That's why this sport is so different, so weird.
It's true.
That's a big consideration once you get better at snatching, is like, how do you get to your working sets?
Yes. And Don McCauley used to program every single set all the way from the bar.
Oh, really?
When he gave us our programs, everything, like your whole, from bar to your last set was programmed. And that takes a long time to do when you're doing the program. But me and Nathan talked about this. We're like, you could do Don McCauley's program, not get any technical coaching, and leave the program with much more efficient lifting just because of the way everything's laid out. I'm f***ing out of breath already, and I'm barely moving.
Just chill. I'm going so slow. So I want to be able to take this heart rate and continue it while I'm stretching.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things I think too, is like if you sit down, rest,
Get
and
on
then
the
start
phone.
stretching, it's kind of pointless, I feel like.
Yeah.
I want to be sweating when we're getting to our working sets.
I'm already sweating.
Okay, good.
Feel it.
All right,
Wet.
10 minutes done.
Yeah, me too.
Back. All right, so mobility and stretching. I want all of this to be, personally right now, I want everything to be active. So a lot of it's gonna be 2 feet, active stuff. Let's start with that. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just bounce around each side for a little bit.
So what we'll do, yeah, so basically just deep split. And then what I like to do with deep split is mix in this little rotation. Oh.
Try to do that, and now try to make your back leg straight. Squeeze the quad on your back leg.
Like this?
Yeah.
With the knee up. Ugh. I love it.
Putting that
Stuff in
hip
the
and
split.
extension in your warm-up is so crucial, and not enough people do it. And then they whine about their knees hurting all the time.
Oh, you want to do this?
Yeah. Try to keep your back quad as active as possible and just push those hips into the front heel while keeping your chest up as much as you can.
All
This
right,
warms
so
up my hip.
Check this out.
quicker than
Now,
anything.
Dylan, back ankle. It's the
I've
only
always
thing
had,
moving.
like, stupid ankle range of motion.
All right, let's switch. So if you guys struggle with this, you might feel the weight coming back. Just wiggle around until you can kind of, I actually, yeah, so he's putting his elbows inside. I like to sometimes rest my forearms on top because it can pull my posture up. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, Dylan, is 10 reps like this. Work. And then you choose the next one.
Thoracic spine. So elbows at 90. Just tapping the toe and alternating.
Oh, I'm gonna crack the f out of my back here.
Literally do like 20 of these.
Oh!
Yeah. And then if I can touch the back of my shoulders to the ground and this guy, we're ready to go.
Oh, I can't do that. No.
Yeah.
No. This is where a lot of people are gonna have problems sitting on their heels. And this is actually good for me. Like, I'm horrible at this. I'm in pain right now. Okay, Dylan, first movement.
Let's see.
Again, Dylan has no idea what's coming.
No
Snatch.
Idea.
3 sets of 3
Yeah.
at 70% of your 1 rep max.
That's the whole snatch workout.
3 sets of 2 at 80% of your 1 rep max. 3 sets of 1 at 90% of your 1 rep max. So, hear me out on this. I'm going to lower my training max because my best snatch ever, this is very important. My best snatch ever is 143 kilos. I'm not capable of that right now. I'm probably capable of maybe 130, probably like right around 128 right now.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna base my training max off of. So my first set's at 90 kilos. I don't know what your training max is right now.
Probably 145.
Yeah.
So I can do 70% of that's 100.
Yep, 101, but we'll
Then
do 100.
80%'s like 115-ish.
When we work on maximal stuff, just know what your max is, and then you can, doesn't really matter, right? Like a single, like if you know your training max, you should be able to walk into the gym and at least go for it for 1.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel. But today's workout, we're trying to get 90% of our 1 rep max, which is kind of a fucking scary thing, okay? But our 1 rep max is not what it is, so we adjust.
I mean, if I was working off of 155 right now,
No, it'd be horrible. It'd be a
We'd be here for a
tough-ass
while.
workout. What's important, guys, is like, as we start to do specific warm-ups now, that you kind of find in general what you need to work on. With the snatch, it's usually thoracic extension with maximal knee and hip flexion, right? So ultimately, one of the biggest issues that people are gonna have is be in this position, right? And be able to open up, open up, open up, because we need to be here in order to be here, right? So whatever it takes to kind of work on that. What I like to do is just warm up the upper back. I gotta flip my hat around. Oh, I already hit it. All right, some stuff like this is hang muscle snatch from the hips. And then I'll do some behind the neck press. Again, this is upper body. Then I'll do some more back squats. Then I'll press the bar overhead, do some overhead squats. We're almost there. Then I'll do some press in snatch. Bottom position, press overhead. So that is a specific warm-up, but it's not a snatch. These are pound plates. So sad. It's all the way over here. So I'm actually just gonna do singles all the way up to the first working set, because we gotta get kind of moving and grooving here. This is like a proper weightlifting workout. I haven't shown you the rest, but it's proper.
really?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do a single here and then we'll go up.
Yeah.
So what I'm focusing on, guys, when I warm up is actually here. I get into this compressed position so I can straighten out my back. My heels are off the floor. This is just how I do. Heels are off the floor. Now I put my heels on. Everything's kind of in the same place. Take a breath. I'm gonna try to turn on the jets here, but I'm gonna try to turn on the jets late.
Yeah.
And then as I work heavier, I'll just try to turn on the jets like as I pull the bar off the floor. But I think if I go rip the bar off the floor, I cut extension almost every time.
That's pretty
If you try to move fast off the floor,
yeah,
you're not gonna extend.
well, you can only extend properly if you're accelerating.
Yes.
If you decelerate, you can't finish right.
So controlled off the floor, hard after the knees.
And I've mentioned this cue before. The main thing I'm focusing on is making sure my legs are not too straight when I make that initial contact. So then you can't use your legs. So when you make that contact, you want to be seated into that power position rather than like right here. So
Interesting.
no drive from there. But if you're here and you make contact, then you can actually
Use more leverage.
Put some stank on the bar.
I think you told me this, the sip of air cue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, that's just like a feedback thing to make sure you tighten up.
Yeah.
I'll put my heels down and then I'll sip in the air.
Nice.
Yeah, it helps so much, just make sure you're tightening up. Sip the air.
Because that kind of forces you to breathe into your belly. I don't know why. I feel like when you open your mouth and
yeah,
then you get
high.
into the ribs.
Yeah,
but if
yes. Yep.
it goes where it needs to go.
All right, so I'm gonna do my first set, Dylan.
Okay.
Your first will be 225 pounds.
Yeah. What we can do is just grab some of these 10 bumpers.
Yep. All right, here we go, first set. Set of 3 at 70%.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be sweating like a pig, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pretty nuked after this one, I feel like. I'd be interested to see what ChatGPT would bring up if you're like, give me an Olympic weightlifting workout for an experienced weightlifter. See if it'd be any different.
Good. Rest, my son. One of the coolest interviews I ever did was with Gabriel Sincran.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he's a total volume guy.
Loves it.
He would have been a great CrossFitter. He's like antsy, you know?
Yeah.
So he would finish his workouts in like, he'd warm up and he'd finish his entire workout in under an hour.
That's wild. Better.
CNS is actually up now. CNS is like, it's like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah. It's like in a sauna. You know when you get in a sauna and there's like the initial warmth and you're warm and you're sweating? And
you're
there's
like,
like
whoa.
25 minutes in a sauna and you're just like completely loose and literally feels like you're a bag of water. It's like that. Like I feel like volume just kind of gets you warm in like deep places.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yikes.
It's all right. It's because I babied my first 2 reps. And then I was like, I'm just going to do the same thing on the last one.
Yeah, so that is a big thing on doubles and triples. The first rep off the floor, you feel it in your hands and you're like, damn, this is easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the same effort for the next rep. The problem with that is you're actually fatigued and you don't even know it. Your brain can't even realize it. So you have to actually put in more effort. You have to think longer extension. You have to think more bar height. If you put it in the same place you did in the prior rep, you're gonna miss. Or you're gonna walk it forward.
Yeah.
Last set.
Let's go. Yep, come on. There we go. Okay. More committed set.
I really feel like this is important here. If people aren't honest with themselves and their max weights,
Yeah.
the tempo at which we are lifting right now and the volume at which we're lifting, they would not be able to hang on, but they should be able to hang on.
They should. But
Dylan's a fast lifter. I feel like I'm pretty fast. It seems like we're fast, but I feel like we're actually training how you should, the tempo that we are.
yes.
And if you feel like you guys cannot keep up the tempo in your workout, adjust your maximum, because it's not your maximum.
Yeah.
All right, 3 sets of 2 at 80%. For me, that is 225 pounds, or right around 101 kilos, because my maximum, we're going off of 130, which even might be a little high for me, but I feel kind of charged up today, so.
Yep.
The second rep, man, you just have to really put effort into it.
Yeah.
Because it is not the first rep.
So we got, this is 116, but looks like 114. I don't like that.
Come on, Dylan. Come on now. It's not gonna happen on the first rep. You gotta make it happen. More. Oh, that was it. So funny. Final set coming up. I actually got my shoulders back. In the second rep. Yeah. Oh, best rep. But don't catch it. Dirty bar. Dirty bar. Excuse for that. Sorry about that, dude. Oh, go ahead. All right, so the camera cut off while we were doing the doubles, but now we're fully warm. We went into singles. I felt like it was a big jump. So from 80 to 90% for me, I was kind of already bartering with myself, and I hit my first rep, which we have on that camera. Hit my first rep at 255, and I was already thinking like, maybe I should do less and warm up to it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to test out the AI for what it was. And I ended up hitting it. So far, so good. Dylan's on his first single here at 130 kilos. Big jump, but. Oh boy. That was gritty, huh?
Yeah.
And you trusted me to load your bar properly.
I sure did.
So here we have second rep at 90%.
Just wasted half of your weird water. Hips off the floor.
Huh?
Hips off the floor. Flew up.
I don't have the fitness right now, dude. That's really what it is.
I felt that on the last rep.
I'm gonna eat a few Sour Patch Kids, see if I can get some glucose going. Yes! Man, I should have dove into these Sour Patches earlier, because
Yeah, they're keeping me alive.
You know, it's wild. Sometimes if I say feel it in my hands off the floor, or like squeeze with my fingers, it makes it so it's less slack off the floor.
Yeah. You can get more tension that way.
I think people are we always think loose, loose, loose.
Yeah.
And you can kind of get this shock off the floor.
Yeah.
You also, it's hard to develop that tension as you get into the later stage of the pull. So I love to think, grip the bar.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, the bar's got to get up.
Yeah. Legs. Yeah.
Wow. Come on. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, wow, wee, wah.
Legs.
All right, are you ready for this?
I already feel.
Dude, just lower your expectations first.
Oh, they're low.
Okay.
They are low.
All right, next thing we have, clean and jerk. 3 sets of 3 at 70.
Bro. Is it the same?
3 sets of 2 at 80. 2 sets of 1 at 90. So this, Dylan, is where we really need to mitigate our max, because we determine how hard this workout is. Me right now, I'm going to say my max is 145. So think about that. For you, I wouldn't dare think of anything more than like 165.
We'll go off of 160.
Okay. But again, like, percentages are only percentages when you stay true to your max or you lower your max, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like I just deflated the air in the room.
Yeah, this was so fun 15 seconds ago.
Yes. You guys notice tone in here changed?
Yeah.
And I think it's important to note, like, it's a different sport training the clean and jerk.
Yeah.
It's to really move the needle in the clean and jerk, you got to do some scary. And once you get really, advanced in the sport, I remember fearing clean and jerk workouts. Yeah, like I'll barter with myself on clean and jerk workouts all day. Like I'll be like, oh, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that.
On snatch, I'll barter in the opposite direction.
You'll do more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do more. Snatch, it's not gonna mess me up.
There are ways to implement volume for clean and jerk workouts. The best one I think is
front squat jerk. And then the second best one is probably some sort of pull.
Yeah.
Some sort of pull, and you do the
Clean pull plus low hang.
yeah.
Those are the best. String them together.
But like, yeah, clean and jerks, like once you get to a certain level, they are meant to scare you. I went way beyond what I thought I ever could.
Yeah.
And ended up clean and jerking 385 pounds.
Clean and jerks, you just have to be down for pain. Getting better at clean and jerk is not a fun thing to do.
Right, and I feel like if you're, like there are people who are better at the clean and jerk. That's fine. Just because you're better at them, you might like them more, but I think all the same, the workout itself doesn't matter how good you are at them. You just move the needle a little bit higher, and it's supposed to fucking scare you. That is, if you want to prepare to do things on the platform that you've never done before.
Yeah.
Second set.
Let's go.
Third set.
Let's go. Yeah. I am burning hot. I'm too warm.
When to belt and when to not belt. I think it's common that we hear you should probably not wear a belt as you're learning how to lift, whether that be general strength training or Olympic weightlifting. However, it's nice to practice with the belt, like almost like as if it's a different movement.
Yeah.
So when I was learning, I actually would wait to use the belt right around 80%, 85% even, sometimes 90%. As I got better, I actually dropped down when I would use my belt.
Yeah, I'm super pro belt. I think
Right. But I think it takes a skill, right? Like
It does.
You don't want to just do it as a beginner.
yeah, you got to learn how to brace against it. And if you don't know how to do that properly, then the belt's going to hurt you. But if you do know how to do it properly, then I think it's going to train your core better than if you didn't have one. So
The strongest I've ever been in weightlifting.
yeah,
My clean and jerk was at 176 kilos. I would throw in a belt for like 120 or like 130.
yeah, I put mine on
Just
for
like
110.
what, like 60%, 65,
Yeah.
70%? So the more you know.
Come on.
Come on.
Yep. Nice.
Ah! Come on, blow it up. Good.
Come on.
Let's go, last rep, best rep, come on. Come on, finish, finish, finish. Good.
Come on. Yep.
All right, Dylan, so the next thing is accessory work, 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, single leg deadlifts, back squats, and or lunges. So you can choose. Wait, does this mean do all of them? Oh no, and or lunges. So you can choose single leg deadlifts, back squats, or lunges. That's awful. You don't just do back squats or
Optionally.
lunges.
Or single leg
or
RDLs.
single leg RDLs. So I'm gonna do the single leg RDLs, you do lunges.
Yeah.
And then 3 sets of 12 to 15 reps of pull-ups, chin-ups, and or rows. Again, if you don't have many pull-ups, like 12 to 15 reps is high. So
Yeah.
Cool down 5 to 10 minutes of stretching and foam rolling. So I would, if I was rating this, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Mainly because it is quite a lot of volume, but it kind of worked. Like it kind of worked.
Yeah.
And depending on where you are and all these different factors, like, yeah, it could work. Where it really messed up is programming 3s of clean and jerk. That is going to come very specifically
Yeah.
in an earlier phase, if ever.
That was a 17 rep clean and jerk workout involving 90%.
Yes.
That's too much.
Exactly.
That's way too much.
Yeah. That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah.
So definitely -2 points there. And then programming back squats in the accessories, like you can choose to do back squats. That's just awful. So that's another -2 points for me.
Yeah.
You could probably go lower. What would you rate it?
I mean, I would probably give it a 5. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's horrible. I think it's somewhere right in the middle. I just don't see it has utility, but like there's so many better programs out there that you can do that are designed for weightlifters that are 10 to 20 bucks. And that's going to be better than that.
I think also what it shows you is like any program could work if you have the know-how to auto-regulate, hold yourself accountable.
Yes.
Right? Like I found different places throughout this workout where I could have auto-regulated. Obviously, I'm not going to do back squats.
Yeah.
You know? So there's things like that, but that requires coaching.
Yes.
Or it just requires an advanced knowledge. So I hope this makes sense for you guys. Like programming is usually not what you think it is.
I agree. It's not.
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Lift Companion. We'll see you in the next one.